Hey, yeah. What's going on? I just take a hit off a vape. No, it's cloudy in here. I try not to do that on stream. Not that I think there's anything, intrinsically wrong with it. It's like I've decided to have that as a mild vice because it is like the mildest vice compared to I don't know, overeating, eating a bunch of cheesecake all the time, drinking coffee all day long. Those are like the other mild vices that I've had. The more severe vices are just like, drinking yourself to sleep every night, um, smoking a weed pen all day, every day, uh, fentanyl, putting fentanyl in the hole of my penis to make myself high. That's one that I've had for years. Still have that one. Did that right before. I do that through the stream. That's why I turn the camera off sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about this chat? I think it looks cool. I love the idea of it. I left to restream and I'm just going direct to YouTube now because I had those issues past couple weeks. And I'm not sure. I feel like it's not that useful. I feel like I can't really read anything. Ben, I became obsessed with Aphex Twin, watched your video on Aphex Twin, became an instant fan. Now I'm making electronic music. Your videos are fantastic and incredibly helpful. I mean, what can I say? Watching a video of mine leading to you making music is it's like the best thing that could happen. Probably. I mean, yeah, I can't really think of a better compliment. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Good luck on your submit to Sim Selections when you're ready. Yeah, the coffee vice. I mean, I got some right here. I drink coffee in the morning around now. I used to drink it all through the afternoon and then after dinner into the night. Yeah, and I just thought about my heart. It's like probably not good for your heart to drink, 6 pots of coffee a day. Yeah. Yeah, vaping and drinking coffee, it's a good mix. I quit vaping but gained 70 pounds, lost 40 of it so far. Wow. Yeah, it really does. It scratches that little itch of wanting food. Congratulations on losing that 40. Losing weight sucks, doesn't it? I seem to be very good at it. I seem to be very if I am if I have to reach a point where I'm like, I have too much weight. Usually my knees hurt or something, and I'm just like, okay, we gotta go down, and then I'll lose 50 pounds in the next 6 months. But I think that's I think it's like a weird raw discipline from fighting, because in any sort of combat sport with a weight division, everybody's very honest with you, and because if you have to cut water weight too much, then you will ultimately end up risking yourself getting brain injury. So they're usually pretty militant about they just say you're fucking fat, you need to lose weight. And you're like, okay, thank you, sir. There's not many room for feelings. So reading all these, I like iced coffee in the morning, just straight ice and coffee, none of the foo-foo bullshit in there. Yeah, so this week on YouTube World, I mean, for the last couple months, ever since the flock video came out, my full-time job has been in some way related to surveillance technology, and I guess investigating it and sort of looking deeper into it. And I guess I have a small team now of really talented people. And yeah, I mean, it's just like night and day, middle of the night, early morning. And then this week, I'm starting to put the video together. And in doing that, I'm trying to reach out to people from the federal government, because there's some massive security vulnerabilities that are a big deal, right? A big deal, a potential national security issue, not hyperbole. And it's funny because I almost every time I've had any sort of meeting with anybody about it, I've been like, this is not hyperbole. It sounds like I'm off my meds, but it's not, I promise you. And so to sort of combat that, next week, they're flying in next Thursday. Well, they'll be here earlier than that, but next Thursday, a week from today, I'm doing a sort of media / legislator day where I have this like short list of invites, and if anybody wants to show up to the compound here, we're going to demonstrate the security vulnerabilities in real time and just show them how easy and scary it is and how it's probably being used, and then offer free, I guess, not services, but free information, step-by-step information on remediation to fix it, like what needs to be done. Some of the things are super easy, some of the things are not so easy. But it's been really exhausting because I feel like every day I sort of like get lost in this hole where I'm like, nobody gives a shit. Like, nobody gives a shit. They're gonna give a shit when the video comes out, and then, when something tragic happens as a result, not of the video, but of the vulnerabilities that the video will hopefully draw attention to, then everybody will give a shit. And that's just frustrating when you could see in the future and you're like, yeah, I'm going to get a lot of interview requests and media and legislator attention when it's too late. I wish I could tell you exactly what it was right now, but it would be kind of irresponsible of me because it's a massive security vulnerability. Yeah, I need a lawyer channel. Man, that guy, anybody who does it, I'm not going to play his content or even say his name, but there's like a lawyer channel that made a flock safety. I mean, literally just made a video that like had the exact same, almost the exact same title, a thumbnail with, instead of me in front of a flock camera, he photoshopped himself in front of a flock camera. It's a big channel, and it's an attorney, and the whole thing's like an advertisement for his law office, but also one thing that he did, I just sort of skipped around it because I was like so annoyed. I'm not going to like allow myself to get mad about that. But I noticed Ground News had sponsored it, and Ground News has been like driving me nuts because I tried to do like one or two fundraisers every year, and then they're a sponsor that it's like the only sponsor that reaches out for something that I actually use for ad reads. And and I emailed them, and I'm just like, hey, like, I'm not working with you as long as this shit's up there. Like, do not sponsor people ripping off my content. Like, that's shady as fuck. And I kind of expected them to be like, okay, agree to disagree. But no, they're actually doing something about it, and so that's nice to know. But isn't your Senator Ossoff on the Select Committee for Intelligence? Is that who you're having a chat with? I had a chat with his team today, like a few hours ago. Here's the problem. The government shut down because I guess I'm assuming every senator's kind of going crazy right now, trying to put out fires and with no staff, and and then obviously try and get the government up and running again. I mean, like, as of right now, I don't have any confirmation because I offered with John Ossoff. I said, hey, like, I will drive to DC with all this hardware. I will even try and bring the whole team there if you give me like 15 minutes, I could show you this. Like, I could show it to you. You have evidence that it exists. You don't have to take anybody's word for it. And then you could write a letter, bring it to Senate for. Like, it's kind of beyond shut down because, again, it could be a national security issue. But I've not gotten any sort of, I mean, they're definitely like, whoa, that's crazy. But there's nobody's coming here from his team to view the demo, and I haven't gotten any sort of invitation to show it. But I really want to do that because I do really want to go on the right channels. Man, I hope nobody dumb malicious tries to spin the blame on you for exposing it. They absolutely will. That's what happens. Like, that's, if you like go down the history, like, that's, I mean, I was just saying that to my partner today. I was just like, hey, like, yeah, I was just like, it's frustrating because that like I'm gonna end up like getting slack for it in the end if something goes wrong. But we'll see. Who I've been thinking about contacting? Like, every fiber of my being, doesn't want to. It's like a chore that I like how I'm like drawing this out so much. Like, okay, so for example, I have chicken shit, right? Like I have a lot of chickens and I have chicken shit. And man, shoveling chicken shit's it's really good fertilizer. It's great when you put it on the compost, but shoveling it's not fun. And it'll start getting to that point where I need to put in new bedding, and it's like a seasonal thing, right? And then I have to spend the day shoveling chicken shit. I feel the same way about talking to Marjorie Taylor Greene about this issue. Like, I don't want to. I there's so many things I don't like about, you know. Need I say more? Like, you don't really need to know that much about her to be like, yeah, man, that's kind of a repulsive person with some of the shit that's come out of her mouth and some of the beliefs she's had. However, it's like maybe she is the type of person who will actually be like, yeah, this is a really bad thing in the middle of a government shutdown, and draw more attention to it, because I think it does need bipartisan support. Like it shouldn't. It's not a partisan issue. It's like a national security and privacy issue. So like, fuck. But I assume you've tried to show it to the tech brands and they didn't care. Yes. If you're referring to people who make the stuff, yes. Yeah. You have to go through, well, you don't have to, but it helps a lot to get CVEs published and stuff, to go through a very it's called responsible disclosure, and there's like a suggested time for it, and yeah, for pretty much everything I'm talking about in my video, that's all been done. The time frame is passed for them. Yeah, like I can tell you that I've been offered employment. I've been offered like I've had a bug bounty dangled in front of my face, but I would have to sign an NDA, as have the people I'm working with. So, yeah, I mean, it's and I've spent I guess 5 figures on this so far, just out of pocket, out of the channel's budget, and I've turned down money to not. So it's like it really is one of these. So I guess like in the end, when you're like when nobody else is really allowing you to pull the fire alarm, you're kind of like, damn. Louis Rossman, though, I've talked to him a bit about it, and he's hardcore. I can tell you that he is as hardcore as he is on his channel. There is no playing anything up. He is, maybe he's more hardcore in real life. Like I respect him. A lot of times when you meet somebody, your respect for them is kind of like not as high as, you know, their public statements. For him, they went up. He's an OG for sure. And I will almost certainly be. I mean, I'm giving him the information I have. I'm keeping him in the loop and everything. But yeah, I'm almost certainly going to be working with him on stuff in the future, because yeah, he's great. Bad guys, criminals, don't need you to tell them to look for vulnerabilities in security hardware. The good guys do. That's not on you. Yeah, no, I mean, I realize that for sure. That there's even things down to. There's one thing I can tell you right now. That's like not really a secret or a big. It's a mild security vulnerability. Some of the flock safety cameras, the newest models, there's like compute boxes in these channels. I have, at this point, I think I have like 5 different cameras. Like my entire lab is filled with cameras. The compute models, the compute boxes, the satellites to those, I haven't even tested the older ones, but they have really bad RF leakage, like a crazy amount of RF leakage. And with something like this is just a like this. I guess the proper name for it would be a log periodic antenna. It's just kind of a flat directional RF antenna. Through something like that, with a reasonably high-end SDR. And then some special software, you can just kind of decode the video feed from the leaking from the camera sensor, and I believe it's from the cable. But anyway, the reason I'm telling you all this is because to actually be responsible and to be a good researcher, a good security researcher, you have to not only do you have to like let the company know, give them time to fix it, give them, tell them what you could do to fix it, but in this case, I have to figure out what component it's emitting from, and that's a pain in the ass. I've taken everything. I've had to like desolder components and stuff, and I mean it takes fucking hours and hours and hours, and you have to test each and everything with the little spectrum analyzer, and like you just keep doing and like, but a hacker doesn't have to do that. Like somebody who just wants to put a bug on one of those and like and back end the data, they don't give a fuck where it comes from as long as they're getting it. But like this is like the kind of work you have to do for responsible disclosure, I suppose. It's a 2D gun. I have a 2D printed gun. Watch out. I can hit 2D things. But yeah, and all of this is left to the end user for research for free. Yeah. Is there any worry that they just fix the vulnerabilities but still deploy them everywhere and violate privacy? Sure. But those are different things to me. I feel like my first video gave my opinion about, about surveillance, mass surveillance and all that shit. Yeah, that's I was very opinionated. In this next one, I'm going to be a lot more objective. I'm sure I'll be opinionated because I'm me, but I'll be a lot more objective about it because I think those are two different things. Like one of those things is a large security vulnerability that affects the nation, and then that affects like not only citizens but it affects everything. It's a big deal. And the other one is like a debate over whether surveillance is good or bad. Which I think surveillance is bad. But I mean, I do think that at the very least, I would hope that the takeaway from the next video would be maybe we shouldn't just let a private startup run all of this shit and then trust that they will, keep everything secure. Like everything, every update, every single thing should be reviewed by the Pentagon. Like if you're putting cameras all over the country, like this shit should be of the highest order of security. If you're gonna do it, like that's common sense. And I think Marjorie Taylor Greene or John Ossoff would say, yeah, that probably should happen. Anyway, Tim Exile's asleep right now, I'm sure, but when he wakes up and watches the stream, he's going to say, what the fuck is he talking about surveillance for 18 minutes in the beginning of it? So, I just kind of wanted to demonstrate his new mastering plugin. Tim Exile making a mastering plugin was not something that I saw on my radar. I did not think that was his wheelhouse. He made it in Reactor. It doesn't look like Reactor. It looks like a normal plugin. But he made it in Reactor, and it's not reactory at all. It's not like the type of thing you'd expect from Reactor. I frankly didn't even know you could do that shit in Reactor. But we'll see in a minute. It's really good. It's not AI, but instead it like gives you a bunch of different options. I mean, I guess it's AI because it does some stem separation, but it gives you a bunch of options to go through, and some of them are really creative. And I'm not sure what's going on in the back end with that, but it's actually, that's what I really like. Like one thing I really liked about Ozone is that you could use like the AI mastering thing. It's not really AI, but the sort of auto mastering, which sucks for what it claims to do. I don't think it's really doing what it's claiming, but what it does do is give you a bunch of options, gives you a bunch of A, B, C, D, and you could kind of, So this is like a really streamlined version of that, which is pretty awesome. But I guess first we have to like make a track. I'm not just going to master songs throughout the entire stream. We should make a track first. Not AI, not stem separation, as I understand it. You have to provide the stem waves. Yeah, I'm still not even clear on that. I don't want to mischaracterize it, which I may have already done a little bit. Oh my God, my YouTube chat. Okay. I'm still not sure how I feel about this chat. I was expecting to change it, but anyway. Yeah, I don't know. What kind of song do we make? Should I use loops? Nah. Audio realism. We could just do something quick. Trying to think which 303 I want. Baseline, I believe. Oops, I right-clicked something wrong. Maybe it's not in my overall window here. By the way, I have a plugin coming out soon, just so you know. Next month, I believe. I really am excited to show you. I've been making presets for it this week, and it's like the most fun thing to make. And obviously I'm saying that because it's like, you know, usually when you design something, you like it. But yeah, it's rad. It's super extensive. It's unlike anything that exists. And I have a feeling like every person who makes music who follows my channel is going to be very happy with it. So that's nice. Nice. It's a pretty quick. Put a couple slides in. This one's very low. This is the one we need to fix. There we go. Then maybe make that 13th step. Oh, it already is accented, and the first one's all right, good. Go back to that pattern wherever it was. There it is. And let's maybe slow it down a little bit too. Oh, all right. Yeah, accent was down, but I like. You know, it's a really good. Didn't we have some new drum plugins just recently? What were the ones I was just playing with? Visco. What was Triage? Yeah, this one was fun. For some reason, it always opens in that. Something that's not an 808. Yeah, speaking of 808s, the TR1000 stream last week, I like briefly looked at the comments on that, and people were pretty mad. Seems like I didn't like it enough. Seems like not a lot of people have made content with them yet, and just random people watched it. Probably random people looking for tutorials, and then they just saw me and Mitch not knowing what the fuck was going on, and then they're like, these guys are idiots. People really, really get upset when you don't like a piece of music that they like. We all know this, though. Yeah, we don't need that. Yeah, there it is. for semitones. There we go. And then I will put some sort of, I've been using Piano Tech like non-stop for things like making my plugin presets. This is the new version. It doesn't really, it's kind of like the most underwhelming Piano Tech update, but they do have a lot of new felt, which is nice. Am I hearing coyotes already? A little bit. Yeah, we have a lot of coyote sounds this time of year. Now we will tune the bass line just a little bit. Let's see. I feel like we could probably stick to all white keys and make that much easier. There we go. Yeah, I've not even tried out Omnisphere. I mean, I'm curious, but at the same time, it doesn't seem incredibly interesting to me. Oh yeah, and since I don't want to do too much mastering here, so I'm just gonna, yeah, fuck it. Let's not even do any peak controlling. Let's just give it a pretty raw track. I don't know. Super massive shimmer. Shimmer will be fun. And I will choose maybe something a little bit this might be too dark. Okay, here's our song, and we'll just automate it. Just automate the stuff, give ourselves a solid 30-second song. So choose a new automation loop here. Automate the 303s are the only thing you can automate. So let's set our initial values. And off to the races. Okay. Let's make sure those. And now I get to bounce that out. This good piano has something everybody from Chicago learns instinctively at an early age. I guess kind of, yeah, it's like your basic chain of thoughts. Let's see. Sorry, Patreon. Just go to Patreon for this. That's usually where I put stream things. And a renderer called Acid Boof. Maybe I will split the master tracks that way we could play with that as well. There's only 3, right? Yeah. 4, 3. Okay. Boop boop. All right. I'm not going to save this. No interest in saving that. And then we'll just open Reactor. Now, something to note, something to expect. I will get a license error when I open his plugin. The reason for this is because I am a filthy pirate. Not really. I have cracked versions of old Contact 4 libraries because in order to stem out any of my old music, which is sometimes required if you want to like remaster something or change something to use it for a license, then I have to install the old cracked versions because the native access the newest version doesn't support it. So I have 30 minutes to work with this, which I mean is kind of it's like if you're working with something like this for more than 30 minutes, then yeah. But just heads up on that one. I feel like I run into that issue, weird issues like that quite often. All right. I already ran one thing in here. What do you just drag and drop? All right. What folder can I open on stream without? Let's just do this really fast. I just don't want to violate an NDA or something. All right. That would be... Man, I'm getting so used to using shell. Like trying to find files in Windows is so laborious now. Finalist. All right, there we go. So let's just try with the master. Well, can we at first? Let's see. I believe we have like... So that's our... It says kick, but it's the drums. That's our drums, okay. Then we have our... Wait, maybe it's not. No, that's not. That doesn't make sense. Can I start over? I'd like to start over. Okay, there's our drums. Okay. Next, I will put in some... Hope I'm doing this right. I don't think I am doing it right. I'm not doing it right. Ah, we gotta drop them all at once. Okay, well, let's figure out which one it is then. Okay. Then drums. And then the 303 is insert 3. Okay. All right. I don't know if that's backing or lead. I guess I'll say lead. These are drums. Okay, done. Oh, I loaded things over one another, didn't I? Maybe it would be a good idea. Can I like start over entirely? Because I do feel like I'm just dragging things on top of other things, and that's probably not the best way to do it. Can we revert in Reactor ever? Watch it just open the same one. Great. Okay. This is my own stupidity. This isn't anything wrong with the product. There we go. It still sounds kind of tanky or something. I don't know what backing is. It might be clipping, so I'm gonna turn down the master. I could do that in Reactor, actually. Yeah, it's interesting because I'm hearing things that like don't actually exist, or not. That's the wrong way of saying that. I'm hearing things that I couldn't hear from the master earlier. Let's try some other presets. Ooh, I like this one. So how well is this muting? Really good. Sorry, I'm speaking about, I should have mentioned them talking about transients. And then cleanup and denoising was interesting too. Let's go with savage because I feel like that one was quite savage. I wonder if I have like a rock track that I could put in there. I'm sure I do. I'm sure I do somewhere. Where's that folder? Although sometimes those stems are like, maybe if I search stems. Oof. I don't know if it's more for demos or a finished project, to be honest. I mean, I feel like both are welcome. I really like, I mean, I love the idea of like a demo mastering thing where you just don't have to like be enslaved by it. Let's see. Clap. I'm looking through sound, voco. Actually, I'm about to give this way more, way more than it initially could handle. I'm going to give it like a actual session here. Maybe. It might be yelling at me. Nope. Let's see. Up to 32, they say. All right. I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of inserts, but yeah, I feel like I'm hearing more detail, that's for sure. Wow. know how to get further into the weeds with it. No, that's it. Advanced, maybe? Nah. Yeah, I don't think you really can get into the weeds with it, unless I'm wrong. You might be able to, but again, I don't really want to. It's like that. I feel like that's why I'm not. Usually I use newfangled stuff for mastering. But you know what it is accomplishing though is it does inspire me to like do things in my actual mastering chain that I wouldn't do normally. Also, you know what I'd love to open up in here is Papilla. It's a song of mine that was like just incredibly difficult to master. Man, that bass is... I can't tell if it's my headphones. Maybe it's not. Hold on. It's actually... I don't think you can dive into the programming of it, can you? Yeah. It's definitely not the same as like a normal reactor where you could like view the panel and you can't view the structure. Yeah, I didn't even know that was like a thing you could do in Reactor. I thought everything was kind of open. Let's see if we have Papilla. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna have to find these tracks. Let's see. We have bass, duct, guitar, air, guitar. It should be a simple session. Yeah, I know the other ones you can, and I don't even want to. You know, it's like I'm like the moment I open the structure, I'm like, oh god, that's a headache. That would be a headache to make. All right. That one off. Bass. Drums. I guess that's lead. Drums. Oh, weird. Like one of them's... Oh, these are different, I think these are just different, like, you know, one's like direct, one's mic'd out of the amp. Yeah, there should only really be 3 tracks in this entire song. Maybe 4 if you add like the background noise. But... Wow. It's like a completely different vibe. I like this. This is initially kind of the vibe I was looking for with the track, which I think I sort of nailed in the mastering, but I wanted it to sound like Pat Martino, if anybody's familiar with his like older, it's like very muddy jazz guitar. Let's see if I could like not spill coffee all over myself. Well. And then I guess this is just like soft mastering. Yeah, it is doing some, I don't know if it's auto mixing. I assume it is actually. Wow. Yeah, it definitely pulls out transients that like I did not even hear in the original. Yeah, it's pretty rad. I want to hear this. Oh, wow. So it's adding in a fake snare. I'm so confused, though. Yeah. Maybe not. Yeah. No idea what's causing that. I'm gonna try and load. Whew, this one's gonna be rough, but this one's like actually a track that was a nightmare to mix. I feel like there's like one. I do like how in the interface in the beginning, you can kind of. All right. Let's see. I feel like we're just gonna crash the whole thing by doing this. I'm just loading in a Mega Drive, piano, poly, snare. Wisp. And Yelp. It's set up to 32, right? So we got 30 coming. Or I guess 19. Whew. It's not taking as long as I thought it would. I thought it would be a lot more. All right. I guess that's backing. That's probably the lead. Drums. That's like a weird master of the entire file. I guess that would be a lead. Drums. Lead. Bass. Drums. Drums. Most of these are going to be drums. Okay. Oh, we got more. Drums. Drums. Lead. No, that's bass. All right. Wow. Hmm. So I wonder what happens if you just drag one track into it. I think that was like how I just made sure that it worked in the first place. Or maybe we'll do one more stem. Let's see if I have any like actual. I think I have good stems of FV decay because I was initially going to make a music video for that with like audio reactive. Oh no. All right. Well, my demo time is up anyway. I wonder if it's like never ending. Let's see if I could reset the demo. Which is kind of, I mean, at that point, it's a kind of a funny limitation, isn't it? Yeah, it resets to 30. Like, I can't imagine the average person would be spending more than 30 minutes here anyway. So it's kind of like, all right, whatever. But I feel like it's the kind of thing you want to pay because you want to support the person making it, not. This one's going to be rough. All right. All right, 18, 19 tracks coming in. Sorry, that kind of hangs for a second when I have huge. Definitely a lead. This one's full of leads. All right. This is one of the harder tracks to play along with on drums. I had to make a lot of corrections when recording this. Ancient cosmos fall, a new state expands, swallowing the land. Ancient cosmos. so crazy. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's crazy. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess it's a, I guess what we're seeing with that, yeah, it's just kind of like a fun mastering. It's kind of funny with that last one with some of those crazier effects. I literally thought to myself, like, this, like, for a moment, I was like, this sounds like Tim Exile. I was like, oh my goodness. Of course it does. Of course it does. He's seeding my music with his style. No, it's great though. What do you want to do now? We got 49 minutes left. I was going to go to VCV Rack, but you know what I was thinking might actually be more fun? Getting sounds off of electronic components, because I have all of this RF leak hardware randomly throughout here. So maybe just let's see if I can load up an SDR really quick. And rather than listening to weirdos on the other side of the world beeping at one another, we could listen to crazy RF interference, which is maybe even more fun. Let's see. Or I guess, you know what? I'll show you my little workflow for detecting this in case you ever decide to get into this world. First things first is I need to power up the RF device. In this case, I'm using a Hack RF, which is actually really affordable for what it does. But I also have a Pluto, which is not affordable for what it does, but it just handles higher bit rates than the Hack RF. All right, so this is the Hack RF. I have it like in a little 3D printed case, so you can see here. Hooray. The actual device itself looks like that. They also make like porta packs, which I don't know. I say make your own, like buy a Hack RF and then make your own porta pack if you're into that, just because you want one that's not going to like fall apart or explode in your pocket. Let me get a quick spectrum analyzer going. All right, so this is a spectrum analyzer. And I guess first we could just figure out like where our noise sources will be coming from. I have this little needle, this little RF noise needle. I don't even know where to start. What would create a whole lot of crazy RF noise? There's so much. My phone could view that. I mean, this is only 2400 to 2500. It's mostly like Wi-Fi area. Oh, I'll keep my chat open for ideas. What is the RF Explorer sample rate? Like 10? I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember. Ooh, how about a drill? Let's see if that'll do it. You know what? You could put on a not peaks. Persistent display. This is helpful when seeking. I feel like this thing might be too insulated. What else do I got? I got a monitor, but that's not really. Got a webcam. The webcam could be fun, honestly. Ooh, I think I see some garbage up there. Up in like the two. That's probably Wi-Fi. Well, maybe I'll just use the gun. Maybe that'd be better. This one's for like components, if you're looking for specific components that are leaky. This one is if you're just wanting to point it at some giant thing. I feel like you could probably put a device on top of this and it would just kind of go nuts. $928. All right. Let's check that out. Check out that 928 region. Oh. Nice, there we go. You know what this sounds like? So it's channel hopping. That makes me think that it might actually be my Mesh-tastic. Yeah, it's hopping around. We'll find more. I saw a bunch on the analyzer. Oh yeah, here's my Wi-Fi. Ooh, that's a big one. It's like a lightning, Wi-Fi lightning. See what's going on lower. This is pointed at my audio interface. Ooh, this might actually have something to do with my monitor. Can't figure out what it is. Ooh. Is it hopping channels? Might be. Ooh, okay. So when I hold it right at this angle. Ooh, yeah. So it's a harmonic series there. Nice. This is a log periodic antenna. It's for picking up RF. So like, what if I put this screwdriver on it now? Nothing really. Oh, did I just unplug my... Oh, I might have to reset it. No, I goofed something up. I set the screwdriver down on the actual hack RF, which is probably rebooting now. Nope. Maybe I crashed the program by doing that. You're definitely not supposed to unplug your SDR while it's streaming data. It's not the smartest thing in the world to do. All right. Back to it. At least it's like a very easy... It's not like reopening a whole session or something. It's just... And we're right back to where we left off. All right. This is probably our IQ here. Yeah. Oh, wow. No idea. It definitely picks up more when I touch the antenna flat on. It's like feedback. I like how I could change the frequency a little bit. Fire a vape right next to it. Nothing. It doesn't like vaping. Yeah, no idea what this is. It's kind of bizarre, to be honest. Because it doesn't react to any of the electronics in the room, really. It just reacts to, like, me moving the thing up and down. It's like a little baby wolf, just woo! Yeah, this is my wolf stick. You hook it up and it just howls at you. Let's get out of TV land. 400's usually pretty noisy. I don't think this picks up that much below. Oh, I was wrong. Yeah, it's weird. Makes me wonder if they're interruptible. I wish I had my wand in here. I do have some like RF wands as well, but I mean, I feel like this picks up weirder stuff than those do. Like, don't I have a mechanical device? Oh, you know what I do have? A Raspberry Pi. That's warm. It should have not been on. Oh god, I have a power... Yeah, you know what? I have that and a power adapter. Like a big USB power bank. And a guitar tuner. How am I miss? How'd I miss all this? A little electric wind-up guitar tuner. No idea what the hell that is, though. Other than maybe it's the Grim Reaper outside. Like, what if I? Huh? Seems to be agitated when I move things around. Oh, you know, I do have an electronic metronome on here. Hear it? Okay, let me slow it down. Put it at like 80 BPM, that way we could see. Even without the radio signal, it sounds fucking weird. Alright, we're gonna have to do a sweep though. Well, maybe not. Maybe we could just like zoom around here real quick. Whoa, what the fuck is this? Huh. Where are you, metronome? It's like right on top of the antenna, so it should pick up. It's literally vibrating the antenna. So, but I mean, the little motor in it should be creating some sort of sound. This could be it. Could I turn the tone off? That's going to drive me nuts. Beat count, feedback. There we go. Yeah, once we find it, we could set it up with our own little program beats onto it. What the hell is this? Maybe it's just literally TV channels. This looks periodic. Nah. Okay, you know what? Screw this. I'll just find it in the spectrum sweeper and then come back to the frequency here. I'm going to have this BPM in my head for the rest of the day. Could that be it right there? 2420? Let's find out. Nope, that's just what data does. All right, so let's start with like 200 to 800. Maybe 200 to 500. We could just look down here. Okay, nope. 500 to 1000. Looks like 500 super crazy. 550 super crazy, but no metronome. All right. I'm surprised. Let me turn on the antenna LNA. That may help. Wow, this is a mysterious motor. Now I'm like really, this is like one of those things where it's like, oh, that could be fun, but now I'm kind of really intrigued. Literally no difference. Yeah, this is a mystery now. Yeah, whatever's happening at 500. I mean, I'm sure it's communication, but oh no. There it is. Seems around 4:30 every now and then you get a blip, but now I'm getting frustrated. I must find it. Maybe it doesn't have any interference. Maybe it's like the cleanest RF device ever made. But speaking of RF, I am about to put like not only do I have 100-foot antenna. Wait, I think we may found it. It's hard to tell because this is a somewhat active frequency, but so if we go right around like between 850 and 860. When I pull it away, more show up. It's like insulating it from something else. No, but I do have I have like a couple 100 feet of shortwave antenna now and medium wave, which is fun in the yard. It's literally just a long wire antenna. I obviously put anybody's familiar with radio, I obviously put ceramic up and all that stuff, but ooh, okay, so 9:30? But yeah, so we could get a lot of shortwave stuff on the next radio dive, which maybe I'll do next week. Maybe I'll do that when my hacker friends are here. That could be a fun stream. Like a Q&A/radio dive. Yeah, no idea what's happening over in this area. So between 9:30 and 9:50, we have some. I don't even think it has anything to do with this stupid metronome. Let's listen to it really fast before signing off. But yeah, I'm also about to put a like 17-foot antenna up on my carport that will essentially. I'm basically just really interested in decoding P25, which is what the police use, and then trying to decrypt ice signals, which is legal. I'm not doing anything wrong. Could that be it? Oh, okay, here we have this. Although I should remember that I also turned the metronome off. Yeah, it's this area is like where I'm getting all these weird bleeps. What? I want to hear that again. Oh, there it is. Yeah, this has nothing to do with my metronome, unfortunately. Nah, you know what I think this is? I literally think it's Mesh-tastic. I mean, we could just find out. I could just literally ping a Mesh-tastic node. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Someday I'll find my phone and I'll ping a Mesh-tastic node. My Lily goes out of batteries. I do have this little Mesh-tastic device here, but let's see. I'm just doing trace routes. Yeah. Yeah, this is Mesh-tastic. That's interesting. Everybody's gonna be like, why is this guy trace routing me so many times? Oh, I just picked up somebody in Alabama, Birmingham. For anybody not familiar, that's what Mesh-tastic looks like, more or less. It's like these are all people who just connect via 900 frequency, 900 megahertz around on an encrypted mesh messaging platform that doesn't require the internet. It's pretty rad. I recommend it. And with that, I probably should have like dual wielded the stream somehow, you know, like maybe made about two different things, but I didn't really think it through. I mean, yeah, you don't really play with mastering software more than a few minutes. Yeah, well, this was fun. So next week, if you want, well, it's not like the 47 people watching this right now are going to give me a whole answer of what to do. Maybe I will do like a deep radio dive because I'll have two hackers here. That could be fun to maybe do something, try and like decrypt. Yeah, maybe make some sort of Maybe I'll make some sort of challenge for us if we can pull it off, just because we're going to be like doing the media showcase that day. But yeah, that'd be fun to do like an FT8 challenge or something to like try and pick up signals and decode them or decrypt them, because there are quite a lot, and we could use the big antenna for the shortwave ones, because I pick up a lot of Russian signals. So yeah, that'd be fun. I'll also probably have the big 17-foot mast up by then, so we'd probably be able to pick up the P25 signals from the city as well. All right, well, thanks for watching. Thanks, Tim, for the awesome plugin and for the awesome work. That's actually pretty inspires. I think ultimately for the Finalist, I don't know if I would be like using it and then bouncing tracks onto Spotify or something, but like that's like somehow the high echelon of music mastering. But I do think I would be using it to get ideas, because like that is one thing that happened. Like every single time I put a track or put stems in there, I was like, oh yeah, that would have been fun. That would have been interesting. Oh, this sounds really cool this way. So yeah, it's kind of like a mastering idea machine. Not bad. All right. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. I may do a stream in between then. There's like so many things that I want to. I have a lot of different devices and fun things to play with that make sense on a stream, including the modular. Yeah, one last thing. The modular, I think I figured out I have this massive modular power problem that's been going on for years, to the point where I'm like ready to get rid of modular. I bought I mean, I didn't spend a terrible amount of money on this. I basically bought a little cable crimper and like a bunch of types of Faraday paper, essentially. I'm going to try and make some Eurorack cables, probably when this project, the security project I'm doing is over, or the surveillance security project. But yeah, I think I want to try and make modular power cables, make one that's actually made for audio, like a quality balanced, well, it can't be balanced, but a quality audio cable that doesn't like leak a bunch of noise. And also, honestly, with the tools I just showed you, that's a great way to detect how clean Eurorack power cables are, and they're fucking terrible. Like, it's hard for me to imagine a worse thing than a Eurorack ribbon power cable for audio. And I do think that is what has created my sound problems for years. So yeah, that'd be fun. And then I thought about this in the shower. I was like, maybe I could mass produce them. Like maybe make a couple thousand. That'd be pretty cool, right? To like just have people using good cables for the back of their modular at a reasonable price. But that's like the lowest conceivable profit margin for any industry ever. It's like I'm not gonna be able to get any, but I wouldn't be able to hire somebody to make them to do it. Like it wouldn't offer me enough money. It would have to be like a non-profit for Eurorack power cables. What a sad thing that would be. All right. Anyway. Thank you too, Bob. Thank you for keeping that trauma of mine in mind. But yeah, we will fix it. Anyway, take care, and thanks for watching, and see you next week. Bye.